Last night, he had 41 points, 24 rebounds. He's also 7'5", whose mom is French, who played professionally. His dad is a track and field specialist who's from Congo. And also his sister played professionally as well. He's 22 years old. And last night he displayed something that nobody would even imagine a 7'5", 22-year-old kid can do. That kid last night was absolutely amazing. This French Congolese kid is the future of the NBA. And you can go back to my previous post where I said that as well, that this kid is going to be the face of the NBA before we even know it. Last night was one of the best games that I've watched in a long time. But also, what last night taught me, and hopefully taught a lot of you guys, that the NBA is safe. And what do I mean by the NBA is safe? We often see the superstars decline over time as they get older, which should happen because the body just no longer can do what it did when it was young, right? And we see it in ourselves as just regular, normal human beings working a 9 to 5, right? But we did it with Jordan. We said Jordan's going to retire. Where's the NBA going to be? Who's going to be the face? Then here comes Kobe Bryant. Here comes Tracy McGrady. Here comes Vince Carter. Here comes Allen Iverson and that crew. Now, when that crew starts to move on, we're like, well, who's going to be the next group of guys that's going to carry the NBA? And we often worry. But then here comes the LeBrons, here comes the Carmelos, here comes the Dwayne Wades, here comes the Chris Bosh's of the world, here comes the Steph Currys and the Kevin Durant's, right? And now we're wondering, like, okay, now here's another group of guys where we're going to struggle in the NBA if we don't have these faces or these names. But what we've noticed during the playoff season is that they weren't there, right? LeBron was there, yeah. He made it to the second round, but ended up losing. Steph Curry didn't make it. Kevin Durant was injured, which ultimately defines Houston's playoff season. Over with, gone, done. Right? So now we continued on into these playoffs and wondering if it's going to be just as exciting. But absolutely. This has probably been one of the most exciting NBA playoff seasons that we've had in a long time. And what we have noticed is that the NBA is going to carry on because you have the SGAs, because you have the Wimbys, the Donovan Mitchells, the Cade Cunningham. You have the Anthony Edwards, who to me is probably the most talented guy outside of Wemby in the NBA, right? But the NBA will live on, and we're still going to watch it. New talent is always coming. It is always popping up out of nowhere when we don't even expect it. So yes, that's what I mean by the NBA is safe. I'm looking forward to this series here because OKC, San Antonio, you can't beat that right now. You got number one and number two. And in the East, we're going to see tonight what the Knicks can do with a healthy Cavaliers team. So, hey, NBA is safe. Keep watching. It's only going to get more exciting.